I think a very, very popular applause there for you, Trish. Well, you've had a fantastic year. Now, you're a student of office skills, is it?
Yes, I go to Devonport TAFE and I do an office skills course there part-time.
Well, what prompted you to enter the awards?
I guess I wanted to say thank you for the help the Cerebral Palsy Association had given me, and I know how much it costs for equipment because I've needed it myself, so I thought I'd try and help out with some money.
Did you think it would be easier or harder than it was?
A bit of both. I thought it would be easier, but then other times I thought it would be harder, depending throughout the year.
Well, one of the most exciting functions that I know that you had was the wheelchair challenge.
Yes, we had a Mitsubishi wheelchair challenge in the Devonport Mall. My committee and I decided we would like a few people, we got well-known personalities, to see what it would be like to be in a wheelchair just for a few minutes.
Did they cope very well?
Some did, some didn't.
You have to give them all lessons. So would that be the highlight of your fundraising efforts throughout the year?
Definitely. That was wonderful.
Well, it's wonderful to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the chat, Trish.
Thank you.
Neil.
Thanks, Trish and Judy. Now, Melissa here, you sponsor a child through World Vision.
Yes, that's right. I sponsor a little boy in Ghana. He's 8 years old and his name's James.
Must give you a good feeling?
Yes, it's great. We receive letters every 6 months from him to see how his progress is going and how he's going at school.
Right, now on the vignette we just saw that 2 days' time you're changing jobs. I guess that was filmed some time ago. Are you employed in what doing now?
Yes, the vignette was actually filmed in October and I'm a flight attendant with Southern Australia Airlines, and before that I was a police officer with the Tasmanian Police Force.
Right. Oh, well, sir. How have you found the fundraising activities?
I've had a great year. I've had great support from my sponsor, DJ Mitsubishi's, and also the support from the Tasmanian Abalone Council, and also fantastic support from my family and friends who've done a lot of hard work. And I must say a special thank you to my auntie Lynn, who's spent many hours selling raffle tickets in shopping centres and on street corners on very cold days.
And I think they're sitting in a table right at the middle there, aren't they?
Yes, I can see them.
And your fondest memory of this year's awards?
My fondest memories would be my involvement. Since I became involved with the awards, I spent most of the year at Birreley School and helping them with their splash class, and also the final week, which is fantastic because we have many seminars during the year where we get to know all the girls, and it's just great to have the final week to spend it together, and tonight is fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank Melissa Bailey and Trish Thompson-Ivory, two more participants in the awards.
My name is Teresa Grieve. I've always lived here in Wynyard. Come to see that it's to help to raise money for the Tasmanian Spastic Association to help people with cerebral palsy, and to me that's a good cause. Towards the end of the year, I hope that I've done well, and to me I'm going to be proud of myself for my little bit that I've accomplished. It's women getting out there doing something to accomplish something to help people in need.
My name is Karen Lee Chilcott. I'm 25 years of age from Gilston Bay. I re-entered the quest this year. You sort of get so much out of it yourself. You're actually raising money for people with cerebral palsy and people with disabilities. But what, as an entrant, you can actually reward and gain yourself is unbelievable. From public speaking seminars to deportment and grooming, it also boosts your confidence, and that's just an added bonus.
And joining me now, Teresa Grieve. Thanks for coming.
How are you tonight?
That's a strange thing for me to say. Thanks for coming. We wouldn't have an event without you. But it's interesting when you look at the forms that you girls filled in. One of the things that often comes up is how your goals change throughout the year. And you've actually come up with something that you'd like to do now that you never thought of doing before.
No, well, I like doing story writing and things like that, and since I've been involved in the awards and getting to know Trish with cerebral palsy, I'd like to write a book, children's book on cerebral palsy, to make awareness to the children out there what it's all about.
And you want to do the photography for it as well?
Yeah, for illustrations.
Well, it's certainly a wonderful goal to work towards. And we mentioned earlier that one of the participants, in fact, had a son in the audience, and it's your son, Todd, who's 6.
yes, he's down there tonight.
Has being a mum presented some extra challenges to you with organising your fundraising and your functions?
It has. It's been hard to get myself around the routines to do it, and then I've got to try and put him as well as first as my fundraising. But he's been a great help. He's enjoyed doing it as well.
Well, what are some of the fundraising activities that you got up to during the year?
Mainly we've done raffle selling tickets. One cabaret we had was line dancing, and I thought, oh,
Well, that sounds great.
line dancing, but it was good. It was fun, yeah. And there was one fella from Devonport. He was a real go all night. Yeah, he was excellent.
And it sounds like you've had a good year, though.
We have, yes. It's been hard, but it's been a great learning experience and a great lesson.
Well, it is, yes. And Neil, the girls often say that it has been a great learning experience for them. They've really gained a lot from their year.
Well, Karen, what have you gained from this year?
I have gained a solid knowledge of people with cerebral palsy. I have also made myself and other members of the community aware of people with disabilities, their needs, and I've also made a lot of lasting friendships.
Now, you were saying to me this afternoon that you've had a key support group that's fairly interesting.
Yes, that's right, Neil. Unfortunately, my key support person can't be with us this evening, but I'd really like to thank her, and that is Karen Staveley. She has been behind me as a participant in the wards 100%, and I would just like to thank her for her encouragement, her support and her love.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank Karen Lee Chilcott and Teresa Grieve. Thank you very much.
My name's Catherine Hillman. I've lived in Burnie for my whole life. A lot more confidence in myself, a lot more awareness of cerebral palsy and what Tasmanian Spastics Association do. They really do need our help and our support, so it's all new to me, but it's been a great experience and I've loved it.
My name's Alicia Simpson. I come from Bridgewater. I didn't know much about it because it hasn't been really advertised, but since I have been in it, I've got greater knowledge of the Miss Tasmania Awards and the Spastics Association. I'd like to give back to the community and to the Spastics Association what they've given to me, but it's well worth it in the end.
And with me, Catherine Ann Hillman from Burnie.
Yes, from Burnie.
And as I said earlier, lots of coastal entrants. What's the attraction from the coast?
I'm not really sure, but I think it's terrific that half the girls tonight are actually from the northwest coast, which is great. It means the awareness is being built throughout Tasmania.
I know you said that was one of your aims, to really have people along the coast more aware of cerebral palsy and what the association does.
It has been. It's been one of our goals throughout this year, and we have been able to achieve that. And the support that we've had from the community in Burnie and our sponsors has been absolutely terrific.
And your sponsor is?
Mary Kay Cosmetics and 7BU Radio Station.
Who've been working with all our entrants tonight, Mary Kay.
They have, yes. Done a great job.
Now, I think you're very brave to actually, as one of your fundraising events, hold a baby quest. Isn't that sort of a recipe for disaster? Are you ever going to make everybody happy?
I don't think so. No, we had a terrific time. I'm sure that entrants enjoyed themselves. They were all beautiful. Yeah, it was really...
Well, all babies are beautiful, so as long as you weren't the judge.
I wasn't, thank goodness.
And as we said, all babies are beautiful, and you had a lot of fun, but you've had a lot of other fundraising functions as well.
We have. We've had many. They've all been very successful. It's been terrific.
All right, well, well done, and best of luck in the awards tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, Judy, thank you. All babies are beautiful, except mine in room 212 here at Rest Point, who's just wrecked the entire room. With me is Alicia Simpson, and Alicia, you're very involved, I know, in the local community.
Yes, in 1993 I was involved in setting up a drop-in centre out at Bridgewater for the local school kids so that they wouldn't have to roam the streets for night time and they had somewhere to go to learn and have fun.
Has it been successful?
Yes, it's still going at the moment.
That's terrific. Now, Alicia is, not only looks elegant, but she also, in 1993, was the Australian weightlifting champion. Are you still lifting?
No, I'm taking a break for the while due to work commitments.
Right, so if I passed out here tonight, you could still lift me out?
No, not tonight.
Just maybe boot me out?
Yeah, if I could.
Now, why are you taking a break from weightlifting?
Due to work commitments at Purity, which are also my sponsor.
Wow, that was a nice old throw, wasn't it? And Michael Kent, I'd like a tin of Milo coming around with maybe a box of Stubbies or something like that. Alicia, what's the year of the Miss Tasmania Awards done for you?
I've got greater knowledge of cerebral palsy and what it is to have a disability and how it affects people, and I've got greater confidence in myself.
And I'm sure for all 14 participants here tonight, that's been the case. They've gained greater confidence, and more importantly, they've gained, for all of us, a greater awareness of cerebral palsy. That's 14 marvellous girls who've done very well tonight, and Judy, the 15th, you've done magnificently too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank the two girls here, Catherine Hillman and Alicia Simpson, and back to you, Judy.
Thanks, Neil. And as he said, 14 participants who've all worked very hard, and we're not letting any official figures out of the bag, but I can tell you that the awards total is in excess of $250,000. We're going to take a break and we'll find out more about those fundraising efforts soon.
Tonight, in the tradition of the man from Snowy River, comes an adventure that will capture your hearts. AFI Award winner Russell Crowe as the relentless horseman. I will catch you! In a story about a young girl's dream.
They're going to catch you, aren't they?
Watch for your chance to win a Sony PlayStation and the new Crash Bandicoot game, which is out of this world.
She came back to me, Silver Horse!
From the classic novel, The Silver Brumby, 6:30 tonight on Southern Cross.
'Tis the season for great bargains at your nearest Retrovision store. Great for holidays, the Breville Milkshake Maker, just $39.90. Or this Remington hairdryer with bonus styling brush, also $39.90. The Sonic Discman with bonus t-shirt and cap is only $198. And from Fisher & Paykel comes this cyclic defrost fridge at Retrovision's price of $888. Or from Dishlex, this inbuilt dishwasher for $999. 'Tis the season for great bargains at your nearest Retrovision store.
At Identity, you'll find original gifts for everyone. London pottery jars, $29.95. Juices, only $79.95. Large bouquet vases, $19.95. These skipping ropes are great fun. How about the Zyla salad washer, $32.95. And of course, the Crosno range is superb. Enjoy this Christmas with special gifts from Identity.
Be at Wivenhoe Showgrounds this Sunday and catch all the action of the Burnie Harness Racing Club's second meeting, sponsored by Bogues and featuring the first heat of the UMT Taswide Series for 3-year-olds. Bring the family and make it a top day out this Sunday at Wivenhoe, proudly sponsored by Southern Cross Television.
Nature's Works naturally for you. 1.75 kilo rich fruit and nut festive cake mix, made up daily from only the best ingredients. There's an easy step-by-step recipe, and there's been no price increase for the last 8 years. Quality dates only $3.50 for a 1 kilo pack. Nature's Works, Charles Street, Launceston and Wilson Street, Burnie.
Welcome back to Rest Point Casino and Miss Tasmania Awards.
Funds that are raised by the participants in the Miss Tasmania Awards help the Cerebral Palsy Association in many areas, including, as you're seeing on the screen, Rosebank Industries in Moona. Rosebank provides people with disabilities the opportunity to work and produce products within the metal, woodwork and recycling areas. Funds also provide for transport services, community awareness and counselling support, which is central towards helping people with disabilities to get into the greater community.
And without the fundraising that the Cerebral Palsy Association have, they would not be able to continue to upgrade and increase those services to their members. The Miss Australia Awards provide the vehicle for raising those funds and the awareness as well that we need in the community. They work together to provide independence, dignity and opportunity to all.
So besides the most important reason for being here tonight is the fundraising for cerebral palsy, as well it's the night of nights for these 14 fine young ladies. And over the last several months they've been building up to tonight, and the last few days there's been 3 days of judging, a fair bit of hijinks and a lot of getting together and getting to know one another. Out of it they've made lifetime friends, and they've also made a few bloopers, not unlike what I just did. So, would you like to have a look at a few of the lighter moments of today?
Our 14 participants are all together on the stage for the first time and looking absolutely magnificent. And it's an exciting night. For some it's exciting but perhaps a little sad as well. I'd like to make welcome to the stage Catherine Bell, Miss Tasmania fundraiser, who's about to relinquish her title. We'd like you to say a few words to us.
Thank you, Judy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Carpe Diem. It is the Latin expression for the sentiment seize the day. An invitation for us all to make our lives extraordinary, and the strength and self-assertion required to accept this invitation lies within everyone. Some decline for a number of reasons, but for others, the only barrier to overcome is not necessarily the physical restraints of cerebral palsy, but rather the limitations imposed by societal attitudes. The Cerebral Palsy Association of Tasmania and the Miss Australia Awards plays a significant role in the lives of these individuals, most importantly by the awareness education for the general public to assist in breaking down these barriers. The funding for this support is made possible by participants and supporters of the Miss Australia Awards. The women you see before you this evening are a remarkable example of the people who have accepted the challenge to make a difference, not only in the lives of those who are affected by cerebral palsy, but within their own life. I extend my congratulations to Miss Tasmania Fundraiser 1997. Be proud of your title and your achievement. It is often the role of fundraiser that often goes unnoticed. However, you are an ambassador for the Cerebral Palsy Association of Tasmania, representing the financial support that is continually generated by the Tasmanian public. To future participants, consider and pursue the challenge as tonight's participants have. Don't hesitate because it looks hard. At times it is, but I assure you, you are richer for the experience. Don't wait to make of your life, and in effect, the lives of others, what you and they are capable. Make a difference and seize the day. Thank you.
Catherine Bell, Miss Tasmania fundraiser. I've always wanted to do this, but it goes to Catherine. Neil, the envelope, please.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was something else for a moment. Catherine, we have an envelope and we have a new Miss Tasmania fundraiser. We've got a drum roll.
A drum roll from the audience. Thank you very much.
First, the amount.
It's great pleasure that I announce the fundraiser for 1997 is Miss Trish Thompson-Ivory.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to take this title of Miss Fundraiser. I hope the money that I have raised and all the other participants have raised this year will go to buy the needed equipment that is needed for people with cerebral palsy. I would like to thank my major supporter, Resport Hotel Casino, my hard-working committee for all the work they've put in this year, my mum and dad, the band Bounty for all their hard work, them and the boys, and all the people that believed in me this year. Thank you very much.
London Bridge ring, a classic piece of ageless beauty from the Victorian era. The ring's created by leading British goldsmiths and individually styled in the finest English tradition. This superb ring is available set with deep blue sapphires or traditional red garnets. Normally priced at $300, Hourglass Jewellers offer this ring at only $195, along with a family heritage scroll free. But only from Hourglass Jewellers, Launceston, Devonport and Burnie.
Southern Cross is working for you. So lean on me.
Now there's a new Dettol to protect your family with the antiseptic relief of tea tree oil. New Dettol Direct.
I'm here for you.
3 hours of love, sex, and liberty. Choose Emancipation, the album he was born to make.
Football followers delight, these gifts will set you singing.
Hit the mark this Christmas with Australian football video gifts, like Pagan's Heroes, the story of North Melbourne's glory year.
Kick a goal this Christmas.
On a Wave, highlights from Essendon's stupendous season, and Sensational Sydney, the story of the Swans' most successful season yet.
Kick a goal this Christmas.
Baywatch is back. Catch Aussie Ironman heroes Trevor Hendy, Jonathan Crowe, Guy Andrews and Phil Clayton when they guest star on TV's hottest show.
Good luck in the race, brother.
An all-new episode of Baywatch returning Sunday on Southern Cross Television.
Welcome back to Rest Point Casino and the Miss Tasmania Awards, where we've just seen Trish Thompson-Ivory take out the Miss Tasmania Fundraiser Award with an amazing total of $28,714.45. And that's an amazing total, but I mentioned earlier in excess of $250,000. Neil, you have the full amount raised for the award?
Yes, this year the awards raised $272,955.21.
Fantastic.
And among the 400 people here tonight at Rest Point, there are 400 who have probably dipped well into their pockets, have worked hard to raise that money. So everyone in this room deserves their own applause.
Thank you. And someone who deserves a big round of applause is the next person who's going to join us on the stage. In the 40-year history of the awards, twice we've seen a Tasmanian take out the Miss Australia Award, and I'd like to call on Susan Howard to join us. Miss Tasmania 1996 and Miss Australia 1996.
Thank you, Judy and Neil. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honour to come before you not only as Miss Tasmania for 1996, but also as Miss Australia for 1996. Before I start, I would briefly like to thank some people that have helped me get through this year of fun, excitement, enthusiasm, and just so much professional and personal growth. To my family and friends, thank you so much for being there. Mum, I can now turn off the mobile phone. To my fantastic friend, flatmate and fellow title holder, Catherine Bell, thank you for taking it upon yourself to cover the duties of Miss Tasmania 1996. To a woman with such drive and vision that has created a magnificent event this evening, Mrs. Rachel Fitzmaurice, who is the State Manager of the Miss Australia Awards, who's hiding out the back. The reason for the awards program is very simple. We have a need to stop, think, and educate people in our community so we have greater acceptance of people that have a disability, especially that of cerebral palsy, into our community. We create a positive image, not only for the young women in society, but also the young men, and also for all people who have a disability. I think what we do is really take away some of that fear. We are able to communicate, hopefully by the end of 12 months fundraising, asking people for money. Through that, we can provide education, through that knowledge, and from that power to make a difference. All of the 14 young women, their family and committee members here this evening have done just that. I thought I was actually going to be quite upset at this point. I put on the waterproof mascara, but I'm going all right so far. But thank you all for coming this evening. Thank you for your love and support to each of the participants. And thank you, Tasmania, for allowing me to make a difference in somebody else's life. Thank you.
Susan Howard, Miss Tasmania and Miss Australia. And obviously no stranger to speech making. I'm sure you've had plenty to do. But a wonderful task for you now, the envelope for the person who will represent the state for 1997. How do you feel now?
I'm just hoping my false nails don't fall off. Oh, sorry, Margaret, wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce Miss Tasmania 1997, Joanna Sopanis.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour for me to be standing here tonight with the new title of Miss Tasmania 1997. I shall do my best to represent Tasmania in the national finals in Canberra in February of next year. I'd like to thank a few people that have helped me along the way. First of all, I'd like to thank my sponsors at Papillon, Estelle and Christine. Thank you very much for your friendship, your advice, and of course the wonderful treatments, in particular to Effie, because she really looked after me. I'd also like to thank my family for their love, their support, their encouragement, my mother Christina, my father Nicholas, and my brothers Harry and John. Thank you very much, and I love you very much. I'd also like to thank all these girls on stage here tonight with me, because without them, we wouldn't have raised, first of all, the magnificent amount that we did. So I thank you very much for your compassion, your friendship, and also for the generosity in your hearts. I'd also like to thank two very special ladies, Mrs. Kay Newman and Mrs. Sandra Edwards. They have been a source of inspiration for us all, not only in this week, but during the whole year. And just in short, I'd like to thank everyone else I've forgotten. Oh, in particular, my committee members. I can't forget them. They have worked very hard. And with special thanks to Mina, my treasurer, for banking all our money, which she did very well. Thank you very much.
Wow, Joanna Sopanis. Now, I'm not going to ask you if you picked it, because I certainly was not going to even attempt it. But there are so many girls who deserved, well, the accolades that I think they've had tonight as well, and they've all had a wonderful year, and I think they've all gained a lot from it as well. But
well, certainly Joanna's got plenty of poise, but if she comes out of the next year as accomplished as Susan Howard, she'll be doing very well. It's been a terrific night for all of us tonight. I think Trish winning Miss Tasmania fundraiser was something that we'll never forget. And Joanna's demeanour over the last few days and months has been magnificent. The girls have been wonderful. It's been a great night.
It's been a great night. We've thoroughly enjoyed meeting them, and we hope you have at home as well. And a special congratulations to Trish and to Joanna. And from Neil and I and Southern Cross Network, thank you for being a great audience, those in the room here at Rest Point.
Yes.
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks, Judy, and thank you, everyone.
Good night.